welcome to Tech Talks. I am your host Antonio, and today I'm joined with Mr. Graciale. Today's topic is LVTI athletics.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me. All right. Thank you for spreading the word of athletics through our school. But thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We'd like to have you. Okay, so for our first question is, why do you think it's important for kids to join sports?
Well, I think sports in general develop a lot of skills that you take on in life, social skills, playing along with learning how to be a team player and learning how to get along with other people that maybe are not from the same cultures or the same, areas, but you kind of, when you're playing on a sports team, you kind of bring that together and differences aside and everyone becomes one. And, those skills that you learn from playing sports, that social skill aspect and, working hard and trying to accomplish your goals, that goes off far in life because that's what you need at the next level, whatever you do. If you're, as our school, if you're going into the Volk field or if you're going off to college. So those skills hopefully will take you through the rest of your life.
I agree. I feel that can develop a lot of almost like family, you would say.
That's right. Absolutely.
All right. So for question 2 is, what does an athletic, director do?
Well, I do it all in this school, but I'm in charge of all. I'm like basically the director of all the sports in the school, so I'm in charge of all the coaches. I do all the scheduling, all the buses. I do all, me and my assistant, Joe Conlon, who's a gym teacher himself, we go to all the home games, because that's where the kids love to see you there. They love to show the support from the school and the staff. So I'm basically just oversee anything that has to do with sports, including the students and the coaches.
Tough job.
Yeah, it is, but it's worth it.
Yeah. All right. 3. What do you envision the sports teams to become in the future?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm not the one that wants to just win championships. If championships come along, that's great. I just want our teams to be competitive. I want them. I want to try to get the best coaches that are qualified for the position out there to teach these kids. Like a lot of our players, a lot of that join. A lot of the student athletes that join the teams, sometimes they might not have ever played the sport. All right, this could be their first time. Like we do a lot with the swimming, like a lot of different sports where they're playing this for the first time. And I just, want those kids. My vision is to have those kids who never played it before or even have played it before, just work to be a competitive player. But the first thing that we always emphasize into our athletes is that student athletes first. You have to get the grades in the classroom in order to be a player on any sports team, and that goes if kids take this to the next level and they want to play at the collegiate level, it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter if you're LeBron James or Tom Brady, you have to have the grades first, So it's grades first with us, and we just want to put respectable, well-rounded athletes out there, and it's always, students first. It's always student athlete before the athlete.
Do you want that to be like a privilege almost?
Yeah, absolutely. You should, and be proud wearing the Lynn Tech Tiger uniform. Absolutely.
All right. 4. What is your favorite part of the job that you are currently doing?
Well, my favorite part is, like I said, going to the games and just seeing the faces of the kids and that say, hey, Mr. Graciale, good to see you here. Just that, making that connection with the kids on and off the field, seeing them in my classroom, seeing them out in the halls, just basically being part of this whole Lynn Tech family, and then being able to show the kids that we care and going to games and just basically showing them support, because we come from an area where a lot of families are working hard all day. Sometimes the parents might not be able to go to some games, which is unfortunate, but when they see other other workers, other teachers or administration like myself, they love that when you go to the game and show them support. And that's what it's all about. Like, to me, it's not about winning championships, the wins or losses. Yeah, we like to get the wins, but it's just knowing that, we support you, we're here, and hopefully you can do something with this, and so hopefully you can learn something from this experience.
So you want them to have that like safe environment with them?
Absolutely. Yep, that's what it's all about.
Okay. And for the last question is, how important is it for kids to keep their grades up to stay in those sports?
It's very important, very important. Like I emphasized before, it's student athletes first. One part of my job too is I do receive a lot of emails from teachers when there's some type of discipline problem with the student athlete in the class, and we try to bring the coach and rectify that issue before it becomes something bigger. But with Lynn itself, we have a policy of the 2F rule. So if you're playing a sport, all right, and you have to be qualified to play that sport, so academically you have to be qualified. So that's very important. Like I said before, you could be the best athlete on the team. If you don't have the grades, it's too bad and so sad. You can't play. So it's definitely very important where academics plays a huge role in sports.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming, on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I appreciate you guys having me here. And I just wanted to let you guys know we have winter sports coming up. So that's right after Thanksgiving. We have tryouts for boys and girls basketball. We have wrestling. We have basketball cheerleading. We have swimming. And we have indoor track as well. So what you need is an updated physical. Then you can come to the tryouts. You'll receive the paperwork for the other concussions protocol and just a permission slip for sports at all.
All right.
So definitely come out and try.
All right. Well, that is it for Tech Talks. I'm your host, Antonio. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube and Instagram page, LVTI TV Media. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We love to have you. And I feel that what you are doing for these kids is very good. You're giving them a very safe environment. And that job that you do, I know it isn't just a job for you. You do it because you want to.
Thank you very much, Antonio. It's my pleasure being here. Appreciate it.
Jordan at the buzzer.